Hello, wonderful people. Good evening. This is Charity Wairimu Ngugi-Latz, and I'm talking to you all the way from Germany. And we are having a very beautiful weather. So, what happens when the weather is good? Everybody seems to be very happy. The sunshine after we've been having a lot of rain. So, please, I would advise you to, if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do, and so that we can have interesting topics. My topics are mainly mambo kwa ground. Mambo kwa ground is Swahili word for saying things on the ground, or the normal things, the normal basic everyday issues that are important for the majority of the people. So one of the things is why I came up with the topic of internal monologue is because I was thinking how it is very important to really take care of our internal monologue. And what is the internal monologue? Number one is internal because it is inside, and why it is a monologue? Because it is happening between you and you. Whatever you are thinking inside your head, and that discussion that's going on in your head is between you and you. There are sometimes, in some cases, where that is a mental health issue when it goes overboard, but I'm talking about the general kind of way that we have a thought. For example, somebody annoys you somewhere, and the whole day, this discussion you're having on within your mind about them, it's bringing up, you're remembering some old things, you're getting annoyed every single minute, you're so angry, and this anger might lead you to taking some action, an action that might have consequences which are endangering. So it is very important to take care about our thoughts. And I keep on talking about thoughts because we have not, our education system, we are learning these things about thoughts. Our education system never told us much about the inner thoughts, about the mind, the connection of the mind and the emotions, your own spirit, the vibrations that go on, how you can how you can affect through your thoughts. You can enter a place and affect the atmosphere of the place. Or I can come to you and you might send the wrong vibrations, either positive or negative vibrations. For example, very angry people end up sending vibrations where their sort of arguments start. People start getting angry, others become very emotionally upset. So it is important about what kind of, it's important before you step out of your home. Take care of your internal monologue. It is important when you get annoyed, you start being so quick to act with the tongue. This is something that I've taught myself. It is a weakness that I had of getting very emotionally upset and talking sometimes faster than the thinking, overreacting. Sometimes it's an overreaction. Sometimes even that reaction is valid. But the question is, was it necessary at that particular time? And that usually happens is because somebody might annoy me right now, but actually what is really triggering the whole anger in me is because I have been having some internal monologue. There's something is unresolved that has been going on in my mind. And this unresolved issue creates, when somebody else comes with a very small thing, a minor upsetting thing, which normally one would not react on it. You carry the issue of the monologue in your head, you come and burden this person and create a lot of drama. So, shall we take care of our internal monologues? And there's also another thing which I wanted to point out, and I think I'll discuss it in the next video, but I want to point it out today. It is important, if you have an issue, to look for one or two other people. If you cannot resolve it when you are two, and even some biblical teaching guidance too, look for one or two people and send this one or two people to that person to talk with them. Because sometimes all these quarrels are just a misunderstanding. I took it another way. That person said it another way. They did not mean it, and I took it, they meant it. So it is something that it was there even from long time ago, like in our culture, in African culture. People never used to rush you to the judge or never used to rush you to sue you before they have sent some elders to you. They have sent some close friends to you, and then you take it ahead or before ending up that relationship completely. It's good to always have a discussion. It's good to always give the person a chance to apologize, just in case it was not as serious as it was meant to be. And it is always good. A reconciliation is always better than a breakup. And I deal with domestic violence. Actually, most people, there was somebody who told me that do I always talk about people leaving their homes? I said, if there is really, like, for example, not physical, something very dangerous that could cause death, like physical fights or really menacing the person, like really you don't have to report everything to the authorities, because then when you report to the authorities, then it becomes a case and it might also spoil your relationship. But when it is beatings, physical beatings, or some very big mental torture, or where there are children who are in the picture, then that in most cases this one has to be handled professionally. But before other things happen, it's always good to try and get a second or third person to come in and try and reconcile you together. And so the internal monologue, it might sound like a very simple thing. And actually, it is a very, very serious thing. Sometimes you want this monologue to get out of your head, this discussion going on in your head, and you can't get it off, especially if you're an unforgiving person. There are people who just don't forgive easily, and they have it very rough because too much thoughts, too much stress in your head actually ends up making you sick. Try and be happy and try and reconcile as fast as possible. Even if somebody annoys you and you really can't talk to them at that particular time, send somebody to them to talk to them and tell them that you got annoyed, instead of having this internal monologue that actually in the end just makes matters worse. It's a very unhealthy situation. And with those few words, I just wanted to say thank you for your time. And I'm going to come up in the next video. I'll be talking something about uplifting each other, sharing, uplifting each other, not only spiritually, economically, financially, psychologically. Yes, it's a topic which I'm really working on, and I'm going to talk about it. And it goes hand in hand with my issue that I want domestic violence to decrease as much as possible, if not become eradicated. We don't need violent homes. We need peaceful homes. The outside world there is tough enough. The need for it to be tough at home. So thank you for your time. And don't forget to subscribe. Yes. And thank you. Bye-bye.